I'm going to do a quick after the fact run uh, just to show you how well these programs work together. But here's the key: I'm only going to make one decision that I feel real good about over here, and one decision down here. This is the FlipII program. So I'm only going to make one decision. Of course, this is going to be an after the fact run. So I'm going to click, let's say that one there, and let's say that one there. And then I'm going to right click run, and it made 248 sets. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to right click my auto tune because this is an after the fact. Before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and do auto tune, and I'm going to turn this master slide all the way down because I want you to see how many numbers that it makes. So if I turn that all the way down and hit wheel, it made up 50 sets. So my number was 633. I want to check that real quick. And you can see where I had a straight hit. Okay, so, and that was with 50 sets with the master slider all the way down because this FS slide, the filtered slide, is pretty daggone easy to hit actually. Um, so with that being said, I'm gonna erase them, reset everything. I want to right click this, and you can see where the filter slide is supposed to be at a 43, but I'm gonna make that a 0. And this one over here is generally a 29 or a 30. Uh, it it does change, but a lot of times when you're doing your setups, it seems to average either a 29 or a 30 the most of the time. Um, so what I'm going to do is I generated them numbers in the flip program, which was 248 numbers. If we view them, I know that the winning number was 633, and it should be in here. Right there's my 633. So our goal here is to get it over here into and that was just making two decisions in the FlipII program, which should be easy for anybody to do, making them two. So now I'm going to run from file mode, and I'm in my FlipII. I'm in my P3 game. If you're in the P4 game, when you generate your numbers, this file right here is what you're looking for. So when I click this, it runs it through the filters and it leaves me with 11 numbers out of that 248 numbers. So let's do a check of the 633, and you can see where I had my straight in 11 numbers out of 248, and that was only setting this one right here. Uh, I know I realized it was an after the fact, but I generally set this at 29 or a 30 almost every single draw. Yeah, there's obviously you can see where it's off, uh, but you know 30 30s, the 30s 29, 29, 29, 29, 29, 29. You know, I mean, there's a lot of 29s and 30s, and obviously you can right click that to figure out what you want to play. Uh, if you don't think it's going to be crap, if you don't think it's going to be a 29 or a 30. Generally, if it doesn't produce any numbers, um, you're you'll go up one click at a time and then wheel it again until it starts generating numbers, and that's going to generally get you real close to where you need to be. So in this particular case, it was only setting the filter slide. Like I said, without running it in file mode, it generated 50 lines, but I literally ran 248 no, 248 lines by making two single choices, one in the top, one in the bottom. And you know, let's say that them were the choices that you felt the best about. It could be anywhere. I mean, you could literally say them erase that, and then run them. And when you view it, you'll see the 633 in there again, which is right there. And just to show you that with that different setting that it'll work, let me go back over here. I got everything set. I'm going to erase them sets, run from file mode again, and click, and it gave me 19 numbers that time. Just and if we view them, my 633 is going to be in that set. So let's run a setup in the pick 4 game. So I'm going to load the pick 4. Do the combined draw here. Let's do an erase. We're going to have more, but here I'm going to pick two positions. I always like trying to pick the lower ones versus the upper ones. It gives you a little better spread on your numbers. Uh, and then, of course, like I said, we're doing an after the fact run, so we're going to generate a lot of numbers right here. 624. Today's winning number was 8787. So if we run down here a little bit, 8787 is in there just by making a couple. So now we go over here and we click the pick 4. And because you're in pick 4 in the FlipII program, uh, it'll be that same set of numbers. So if we, let's do a erase and a reset. I'll right click the auto tune because this is an after the fact run. I'm going to drop that all the way down. You can see here where it was a 30. The other one was a 29 and a 30. That seems to be pretty common. So let's do a run from file mode. And because I'm in the pick 4 game, the sets that I generated are also in a pick 4. So whenever I click them, if you mess up, it'll literally have a dash after it. But out of them 600 and whatever we done, 624, it reduced it down to 53. Now at that point in time, you can either hit box filter. I don't know what that'll do for us. I haven't tried that yet, but let's do a quick check on this. 87, 87. Let's see if it's in there, and you can see where we had our straight. So uh, I don't know if clicking, the box filter is gonna retain that or not. We can try it. I haven't done that yet. But I just wanted to show you where you can literally go from a large amount of numbers down to a pretty minimal set just by setting the master slide without, or the filter slide without the master. So let's hit the box filter. It didn't filter out very many, so it should still be there. Uh, because it's only filtering out the ones with the box. So out of that 42 numbers, if you felt real good about your setup, yeah, the pick 4 is a little bit harder because you need to, and you don't really need to. It's just let's do a quick setup to where I'm only picking one out of each one. It's going to generate a lot more numbers, and when you switch it over to the says 2500. So when we do a setup over here, run from the file mode, it's going to generate probably a couple hundred, I'm guessing. I don't know, I haven't tried. 185. Out of that 185 though, you're still going to win here in Florida. It'd be 5 grand. So, and you'd also have one box, but you want to play straights or straight box. So this would be a 2900. Actually, it'd be a 32 or $3,300 ticket. This would be a $800, I think, for a double double. Double double pays 800, so it'd be a $3,300 ticket if you played it straight boxed, and that was for 185 tickets. So here you could hit your box filter and reduce it down to 71, and let's see if it retained the straight. It may not have retained it, but No, still you're looking at $71 to win $800 on a box, to box filter it. But anyway, that's all I wanted to show you is, when you're using your FlipII program, you can literally make just a couple decisions and in the pick four, in the pick three, just one decision on the top, one decision on the bottom. It makes about 250 numbers and it generally knocks it down to less than 20 numbers, and that's only by setting the master slide. So, oops, I forgot to erase my sets. Pow. Let's erase them. Run it again. That's 624 sets. We'll go back over here and double click the sets file, and it made it down to 42. So uh, if I felt real good about my settings, I wouldn't be opposed to buying 42 tickets for a $5,000 straight win. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with everybody. I hope it helps uh, when you're in your pick three game. Use your pick three game to generate you some wins. See, when I load that, uh, erase. Let's pick one down here and one down here. Do a quick run, 250 sets. Go back over here and go to my pick three game. I'll do the same thing. Everything's still set. I'll erase them sets, run from file mode, and this sets automatically goes to the game that you have loaded. So if you got the pick three loaded, these sets are for the pick three. If you got the pick four loaded, these sets are for the pick four that's generated. So here we go. That give us 17 numbers. We was looking for the 633, and it's in there. So anyway, I hope that helps. Let's go get that money, guys. Thanks.